to talk about today is a very recent conversation that I had with one of our clients, and you could make out that the person is not very happy with one of the team members, and client's frustration was pretty evident, and the comments which I was hearing was something like, he's got an attitude problem and he always behaves like that, and somehow we've given him feedback, but this is his character and I'm very frustrated. I just don't know how to go about it, though he has been there with us for 3 years, but as if everything is falling on deaf ears. Now, these statements might be familiar to you because of your own situation or from what you hear from other business owners, but it's very commonly found. It's nothing very unusual. But what I really want to talk about and share with you is an unusual way of thinking in the business context. And what I mean by that is that when these situations arise, rather than gravitating towards people's character and attitude, what is the right way to think through the problem so you can actually identify relatively easier and faster solution to that problem and move the business forward? So let me share with you a framework which I shared with the client, and he found it very useful, gave him a perspective, and obviously now he has gone back to review certain things which hopefully will take care of the problem and streamline the overall business. So let's focus on that, okay? So imagine, it's a very, very straightforward principle which I've actually taken from Principles, a book by Ray Dalio, a very powerful book. So let's look at the framework. So what the framework talks about is that you have, say, certain goals, right? And obviously you want to have the outcomes at the right level, or you can call it results. Now, what's in between these two things is your business machine. This is your business machine. Now, business machine has got two components. One component is people. The other one is systems, right? The structures with which people are working, hopefully. And then within people, there are two broad things. And again, it's just to understand the logic, the framework, okay? So within people, obviously, this is the skill level, so skills, and then their attitudes. Their character, their habits. That's what we're talking about here. Now, as I said, what people do when there is a problem with a team member is that they straight away go here. They start talking about the attitudes, the character, the habits, and what you need to understand is that it's very, very, very difficult to change habits, to change characters. It's very tricky to transform people because these are old habits which are very difficult to change. It doesn't work like that. Now, rather than getting frustrated and trying things which are going to take a long time, ideally what one needs to do is look at the course of actions in the right order. And the first thing that you as a business owner need to focus on whenever there's a problem with a person or with the performance is look at systems. This should be your number one. Saying what structural change I can have in the business which will take care of this problem. And you'll be surprised, once you start looking at things from that perspective, you do come up with some really simple tweaks, simple, structures or system integration which actually streamlines the business. So that should be the first protocol. Then if you feel the systems are fine, then the second place to go to is actually look at the skills level. Because it could be that yes, we have systems, but actually the person is not properly skilled or skilled enough to actually deliver the work or the results that you're after. So look at the training and look at the skills. This is relatively easily transferable, okay, or coachable on. So this is the second thing. And then if you feel that yes, there is a system, there is a proper support and training that you're providing to the team person, and still the problem is persisting, yes, we can go deeper into it. But in most of the cases that I've seen is that if these two are in place and the problem still persists, which means the person's attitude is not right, then you might have to let go the person so they can find the right job for themselves and we can find the right talent for the business. So with this, and this is the exit sign. So with this framework, whenever you are having issues with your team person, rather than going here and getting frustrated and getting into personal comments or personal zone, try to look at things objectively, focusing on systems, then look at the skill levels of the person and what training or support that they need, and then take a decision as to whether this person needs to stay or leave the business. I hope you find that useful, and in case you need help from someone who understands what she or he is talking about and can help you with your systems and structures and the right organization structure, please feel free to reach out. Sometimes an outside perspective can really make a huge difference in the business.